I had a client recently that we had this topic come up, and we were scheduling, it was a buyer client that we were scheduling out our initial showings for some houses. We were trying to come up with a time frame because it was our first outing together, and she's coming from a different area. So we were just trying to coordinate schedules and just make sure she had the time to look at the houses she's wanting to look at and everything. And she said that, well, it's all up to the dealer what time we'll be ready. And I'm like, whoa, what do you mean dealer? What are we talking about? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the dealership and trade in my car for a truck and all these things. I mean, she had a great idea behind it. She's moving to a new area. She wanted to have a truck, all of that. But it made me remember the 10 commandments of what not to do when you're about to buy a house. And you might guess already that buying any type of vehicle or getting a loan payment for that is on that list. So if you are thinking about buying a house in the next year or so, listen up, because these are the 10 things that you do not want to do that could impact your ability to purchase a home. So that number 1 is thou shalt not buy a vehicle. Okay, even if you're not choosing to finance your home, you never know, you could find the one and it has all the bells and whistles and everything that you want to do, and maybe you do need to take out a mortgage or whatever it is. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, because you might end up living in your vehicle if you're not able to qualify for that loan, okay, for the mortgage. So that's number 1. Number 2 is thou shalt not excessively use credit cards, store cards, or like your Ashley furniture card, anything like that. Like, just remember that 30% of your credit score has to do with your credit to debt ratio. So if you go out and max all your credit cards, that's going to be an issue for you, and you might not even be qualified for your loan if your credit is impacted enough. Okay, so you got to be really, really careful with that. The third one, and it's kind of close to those two, which is thou shalt not go make large furniture purchases and things like appliances and things, because again, it's going to impact your credit. And so don't go get that sectional that you've been dying to get and it looks perfect in this house that you just put an offer that got accepted on, and you're going through the escrow process. Let that house stay on the showroom floor of the like Ashley Furniture or wherever until you purchase the home and you actually move into it. Okay, because the same kind of thing, it can impact your credit. Plus, the nice bonus is you could just have it delivered right to your new home, and you don't have to worry about moving it with everything else and possibly damaging it before you even get to use it. So definitely keep that in mind. And the fourth thing, now this is one that trips up a lot of people because they're like, why would this matter? Would this be a bad thing? But thou shalt not make any large deposits that are outside of your usual activity. And there's a couple of reasons for this, but the main one is you have to remember that when your lender is wanting to lend you money, they're looking at the total risk that you have to lend money to you. So if you all of a sudden make these random deposits, it's going to look suspicious and it's going to look risky to lend to you, because they can't keep track of, it's like random instead of it being consistent. So, and the second part of it is if you have a family member or close friend or relative that wants to make a contribution to your home purchase, like a down payment, and it's a gift or things like that, there are specific things that your lender will need to confirm that it is in fact a gift, or if it's a loan that you will have to pay back. And there's a specific letter that they need from that person providing that gift to you, and there's certain things that have to be contained in that letter for that to be approved by the underwriting department for your loan. So just be very cautious of that, and before you make a large deposit, check with your lender to make sure that it's okay for them to see that come in. And the fifth thing is thou shalt not co-sign on any loans. Okay, so for your kids, your parents, your friends, anybody, because again, your lender's looking at the total risk for lending you money. And so if you have if you're co-signing on a loan, even if you've never paid on that and that person is doing a great job making timely payments and all of that, they still have to look at the total risk, the total and the worst case scenario. And so they're going to just have to assume, like, what is the worst case scenario? Maybe this person defaults and then now you are required to pay this loan payment. So they're going to take the full payment amount, even though you might not have ever paid on it and you're just co-signing. They have to think worst case scenario when offering you money and making sure that your debt to income ratio and all of that lines up. So those are the first 5. Check out the caption for the remaining 5, and if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day, guys. Bye.